Yo Bodgers, today is a simple task. One, we're going to fix that, and that's going to be with a little engine mount kit. Here we are on the old corroded roof. This is actually called the engine mount repair kit. I don't know whether I need the repair kit, but it's a bit confusing under the bonnet, so I went and bought one of these. So this is supposed to, I'm assuming, mount down here like this. Yeah, that kind of looks alright. So I'm going to guess that goes like that, or is it perhaps a different angle? I'll figure that out. We've got two bolt holes here, which are obviously going to be for those two there. Let's just figure out if it goes that way or that way. And then, what it's supposed to do, let's just chuck them there, is this then can then bolt to this. You'd think it'd be like that, wouldn't you? But I don't know, we'll figure it out. That's obviously what the other bits are for, but yeah, that's today's task. And we've also got another spark tester, a correct one, for the type of distributor I've got. So we're going to see if it's actually still got spark, or is that the new problem why it won't start. Awesome stuff. Like and subscribe. Let's get me to 1,000 by the end of the year, that'd be great. Cool. What do we do first? Let's test this first, and then we'll do the mount after. So just in case you've never heard or seen one of these things, basically they bolt onto a spark plug, and then your HT lead then will plug directly into there. So what's supposed to do when you crank your engine is that will flash basically if you've got spark, and then obviously you can check individual ones in case there's a problem with the cable, etc, etc. So we'll see if this one flashes when we crank it. Well, not the easiest thing in the world to film, but we'll have a crack and we'll see if it sparks. I blocked that there so we can hopefully see it in the sunlight. Let's have a crow. That is definitely confirming zero spark. That is a bugger. So that means the only thing that's changed is when I blew the old clocks. So my best guess is, I have read that they used to have voltage stabilizers behind the back of the dashboards on Minis, so I'm going to have to pull this mock dash out, which is fine, it's zip tied in mostly anyway, and we're going to have to see if we can find it. But yeah, nightmare city. But what we'll do first, we'll just double check these other, at least one of the other spark plugs, and see. But I'm pretty willing to bet that's going to have the same problem. Let's do it in real time because we're here. Alright, so this one can come off. Let's get him off here. We might as well just check too because he's here. He bolts on there, nice and easy, and then he pushes on here. Yippee-ki-yay. Alright, let's just double check. There we are. Zero spark. Brilliant. Oh. Right, because the Mini's been a pain in the ass, and I still can't fathom why it won't start. That's failing, for my bad luck, I'll probably burn one of these things out. Nice and expensive, so worst case, I have to try multimeter and stuff. If I can't, I'll swap the coil over for an old one, see if it makes a difference. Or we'll even swap our distributor and see again if we get spark, and I'll know I buggered one of these. Just from a tiny little, well, it did sound fine, so, well, we'll come back to it. We're going to try and figure this out, and immediate problems, because it's me. They've only given me one bolt. What the hell, dude? Luckily, it's probably quite easy to find. Looks like an M8 or something like that, so we'll figure it out. This is the kit, anyway, so that obviously bolts to the engine. Let's say like that. I'm guessing this is going to bolt on here. Oop, there's a bit of a shit I'm doing. I'm guessing this is going to bolt onto here. Maybe like that or something, I don't know. And these look like new bushes for here. That looks correct, doesn't it? So I'll swap those two over. They're probably going to be a literally simple case of pulling these out. Yeah, literally pulling them out by hand and pressing the new ones in. And then we'll try and mock this thing up and figure out what's what. There's the old one out with the little metal bush in it. I mean, to be honest, not bad condition. I'm going to keep that because, you know, it might be useful. And then obviously this thing will be role reverse of that. So you'll press him in there. He'll get one there, obviously on either side of this bad boy. Don't know if I can film at the same time, one-handed. Oh yeah, nice and easy. And then we're going to press him in there. Wow, that bit's obviously a bit more of a pain. Squeeze it on or use some pliers, squish it on. We'll come back to that after. Right, let's figure out this next bit. This bit. So, what it looks like is, obviously, that bracket bolts in, but it looks like I need to remove this bad boy here, which is my homemade dodgy bracket anyway. We also need to undo the, we also need to undo the top of the gearbox, sort of, I'm not even sure what this thing's called, end plate thing. Yeah, that one there, and then that one there, and then this bracket fits in there. Well, that's in theory anyway, so I'll remove them and we'll see what it looks like when we mock it in place. Alright, after 5 billion years of a tiny little 11mm for that back stud, this bugger down here, nightmare to get to. Finally done it, so as far as I can work out, this bugger goes on like this. You can see it's super bright. Or does it go that way around? Nope, definitely wait. Oh, actually, hang on. I figured out that this would bolt onto, whoops, onto there. So let's try and get them in. Or did I just undo that bolt for nothing? Oh no, there we go. My theory is he bolts down like that and he bolts in place. As for whether these bolts are going to line up, yeah, they look like they do. So stick the nuts back through here, and then that one, oop, my hand's in the way. Then this one on this side is what I assume this will bolt to. Can't see a lot of anything. I think that bolts are there like that, big old bolt through there. Best guess, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to bolt them in. So I'm going to stick the top one on here with my homemade Bodger. So it's still going to fit. Kinda, we'll bend it. And then I'm going to put the 2 bolts in down here, and then we'll see if that fits. Alright, so it turns out there isn't any bolts missing after all, it's just me being stupid. So I also realised as well I got a second bolt on here. I've got to undo that, then I got enough clearance to drop this thing down low enough. But in theory, ow, he bolts on there. This plate bolts in there at the very bottom where that bolt goes in there, and on the other side, obviously once I remove that nut so it can go low enough. And then this little majiggy will bolt into there, or let's just say we push him in here with a long bolt, and this one bolts in, boosh, on that side, and then to there to stabilise the whole thing. Boom, that's how it goes. So I'll take that top bolt out, and I'm going to bolt everything in, and we'll have a look at what it looks like at the end. So just to show you how much of an awkward pain in the butt this is, I like to stick a screwdriver in there and sort of like wedge it that way to get this to line up. That bolt there was an absolute nightmare. I would advise remove your clutch thing. I know it's a pain in the ass and a lot of work, but you wouldn't have had the same hassle as me. But even after all that, you've got to get in this little gap, and that's as much as you can go with your friggin' 11mm. Who uses 11mm bolts, man? That's terrible. So yeah, I'll tighten this bugger in and we'll have a look at what he looks like at the end. Whew, ordinarily that would be an easy task, but it is a very warm day today. There we are, check it out. Let's move him out of the way so we can see a bit better. This bush up here doesn't look exactly fantastic, but I think it just needs tightening up. So I'm going to give him a tighten, and then yeah, you can see how he all bolts in. Looks more complete there now, look. Problem is solved, and it's probably wobbling because of me. That is rock solid. Fan-bloody-tastic. Right. And maybe this video, maybe the next one, but we're going to see if we can get this friggin' thing to get its spark back. Like and subscribe.